The power seat will not work. No function. Look at how corroded these are. Water got in there and these connectors corroded off the wires. This is extremely common on Audis, but probably applicable to a lot of different vehicles. The power seat will not work. So you got to find the wiring connector. And in this car, it's underneath this cover right here. And we can pop these wires out. You don't really see what you're doing though. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unbolt it right here. There's evidence of water right there. This is a convertible, so they probably left the top open at one point, but I don't care what Audi you have. It's typically the sunroof drains, the front and back sunroof drains. The ball and socket doesn't fit right. You have to pull the hose off, put silicone around it, and pop the hose back on. That usually fixes it. So first, we're going to take out these seat track bolts are definitely T50s. After breaking them loose, I'm going to zip them out the rest of the way. After getting those bolts out, look at all the room I got now, but it's going to pull on my wiring, so you got to be careful with that. That clip right there, so the wiring doesn't get pulled. That clip out. We got plenty of slack. I'm going to push down on both of those tabs and you can pop out the wire holder. And now I got a whole bunch of slack. And I can already tell that these pins are going to look green on here. So we'll pop these out. Oh, look at that. But sometimes they look fine. And you have to inspect. Oh, look at that green pin. On one of my own cars, what I've done before is I've bypassed the entire connector. That's not really something that flies in a shop, but if you're working on your own car, you can just chop the connector out and use individual butt splice connector. You know, the female and male on each wire. Of course, that's not OEM approved, but it works. All of them are pretty bad. And this is the airbag wiring. But that's not the only airbag stuff going on. There's a whole bunch of airbag stuff going on. This is for like the occupant, the seat occupant detector right here. And this module, if you swap out seats, you need to swap the module out. Otherwise it needs coated or something. This right here can also set an airbag fault. This is detecting the position of the seat rail. So that helps the airbags in some form or fashion. You take out this one, that's a T20, and then you just pull it back like this and pull it out. But before you do any of that stuff, before you replace this, before you replace anything, you got to make sure that your wiring is good. So this one's a little bit tricky. Push that back and kind of wiggle that and pull it up. And then this connector here, you got to push this black piece down. There we are. And now the driver's side is going to be more difficult on this S-Line A5. It's got a secret pocket. I'm sure you could probably take that out, but I'm going to try to work around it. I don't want to mess with it. See, there's not much room to get to these T50s with that secret pocket there. I can barely get a click on the ratchet. I guess I can sneak the ratchet over to the side and I can get it just fine. So it's a nice little tuck in there though. I'm using a long ratchet. Now I'm switching over to the driver's side to show you the similar thing, but the driver's side actually worked. Now, I don't know if it's possible without breaking things to get that 10mm bolt out, but it's right there. It's right there in that little semicircle. You'd have to go down through here, so because otherwise you got to take the carpet all the way out or rip this box out. Pull that tab back, pull this out, pull that black tab all the way down, and now right there, I got on it. I guess if you want to do all this, you can get the nut out. This would be a good place for my Coke and nut grips, but I didn't feel like walking all the way to the garage. This is where the nut is on the back of this box. I'm just gonna let it drop and I'm gonna get it with a magnet later. It should be all the way loose. I lost my socket, of course. It's right there. I should get that with a magnet too, but now I'm gonna push back on the box and I'm gonna pull the box up. So I was able to do that without removing the carpet. But are you gonna quote removing the carpet? I gotta pull the box off the stud. Come on now. Why is it fighting me? I thought I would have it out of here by now. There we are. I gotta retrieve, that's the stud, that's the nut. My socket's in there somewhere. Right there. All right, so that's the nut. Now this is how we would get the wiring connectors out of the bottom of the box. And if I had to guess, if most mechanics went to the hassle of actually unbolting that nut, they probably wouldn't put a nut back in it. I'm not saying that's what I would do, but I don't know if it would make a difference or not. See, there's, trying to get to that. It's not really good to be pulling on the wires like this. You should use both hands. You should use a tech driver. I've shown you enough already. I'm using one hand and trying to get you good camera views. For some reason, that connector is not wanting to pop out. There, it's just being sticky. And now the airbag wire is already out. We just slide it to the side. Now with this box out of the way, now we can fix all these connectors with new pigtails and whatnot. And we did not have to remove the whole carpet, although it's best to use a flat blade screwdriver. This is a parts car, so I'm not going to use a flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to use my pliers. Right there, see those pegs? Now you should pull the whole carpet up, but I'm just trying to show you stuff. You can also apply power directly to the terminals or to the motor. And we can also disconnect each individual connector and bypass this box. But it's difficult to do this with one hand. I gotta mount the camera again. See that? You gotta look at the wires on the bottom side of the box too. You can't just clean the pins on the top because the wire is corroded and broken off. You should really pull the carpet to do all this, because even though you can pop it out like that with these pins, it's also bolted in the back right there. Although if you really wanted to, if you're working on your own car, this is a parts car, okay folks? See that? I just ripped the whole thing out. I ripped the plastic. Yeah, it would just set back in there in the pins, but don't do hacky work like that unless you're working on your own car. That back tab is bolted in. And it's possible that you could get a swivel in there and unbolt it, but it would be very tricky. Look at how corroded these are. Water got in there and these connectors corroded off the wires. So to get these out from the bottom of the box, you gotta push these tabs in and slide it out. If it was your own car, you could do workarounds. You could just rip the box out like this and it's not gonna really cause a problem. You can push it back in there and the pins will align. This is a parts car, folks. All I'm really gonna do is sell this seat. I just have to make sure that the wiring is good on this part. I'm actually gonna try to put these seats in my other car though. I'm gonna try to sell basic seats and use these for my own car.